Hi everyone, welcome back to Casting Blog and welcome back to another new video. I was looking for a portable projector for my bedroom and I finally ordered this from Portronics. This is Beem 520. This has a 2200 lumens brightness and this also has a adjustable projection, and it also has a stand and a keystone correction, and this is both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi enabled. So we're going to do the unboxing in this video, and we're also going to set this projector up and see how this is working. So let's get started. We're going to take a look into what else we get inside this box. So first thing is we get a Smart LED projector. This is a manual. And then the second item is a cord. This is our power cord. And then we get a remote controller. Then we get some packaging. And underneath that is where we have the main unit. And this is the projector itself. So let's go ahead and remove this packaging. And I really like how Portronics has covered these things to protect it from damages. This is how the projector looks like. So at the bottom there's a stand, so you have to pull this up a little bit and then this would slide up. Now I will have to remove this warning. This is a safety precaution warning that they have put over here. So I'm going to remove that. So to remove this, you will have to pull this up a little bit with a little bit of force, and then this will tilt like this. So at the back, you have your normal power, and then you have a USB-A type port, a 3.5 mm jack, and an HDMI port, and a power button to manually turn this projector on. At the top, it says Portronics, which is the branding, and then here it says rotate to focus. So this is rotatable, so you can rotate this to adjust your focus. And this is the lens of the projector. Now this is also telescopic, so if I want to raise the height, I can just pull this up, and this is the maximum height that you can see. So it's little more than like 1 feet in total height, and this is made up of plastic. Of course, this is an ABS material, and this seems like aluminum. Overall, the projector feels sturdy, so if I have to keep it on my table. And just to see how well they have done with the stand regarding the balance, so if I have to take it back, so you can also tilt it like this. If you want to project it to the ceiling, you can keep it straight, reduce the height if you don't want that much height. So the projector would be depending on your room and where you want to position this one, you can just keep it over there. The base, well, it doesn't feel very flimsy, because I'm just trying to test if I try to move this projector or I want to tilt it like this. Even in this position, the stand doesn't seem unbalanced. You'll have to make sure that you're putting this projector on a flat surface, so make sure it doesn't really has any issues with its alignment. And also this is pretty convenient, and you can also carry this projector if you want, and it's really lightweight, so you can carry it in this way. Now at the bottom you also have like two brackets, so you can mount it on the wall. So you want to put it on the ceiling. So most people would be just hanging it like this, so you can do that as well. But if you want to move this, you can also carry this up, and this is pretty lightweight projector. It's really compact. If the working or the mechanism is good, then it should be perfect. And then we also have a little remote over here and the remote controller. Let's go ahead and remove this packaging. So the remote control has some buttons, of course. It's not a very heavy remote. It's pretty light. So you have a power button, and then your mute. I think there is a settings button over here, joystick over here, and then an OK button, a home button, and a back button, and the volume increase or decrease buttons. That's pretty much about it. And this is the power. So let's go ahead and see. It looks like the length is really nice. So even if you want to place the projector at a little bit of distance, that should not be causing much problem. I think it is about 1 meter of length, which is fine. That's all about the unboxing. So let's go ahead and do the setup and see how exactly the projector is working. I've placed the projector on top of my desk. This is about 5 feet 5 inches high. This would be doing the projection here. So our projection size is going to be 77 inches, which would be between these two photo frames. The ambience or the lighting in your room should be absolutely dark to get the best out of this projector. And as you see that I have a little lamp which is turned on over here, and you can see the brightness or the quality of the display or the resolution is getting hampered drastically. Now let's take a look when the lights are all turned off, and it's dark right now inside the room, so you can see that it is absolutely clear and there is no problem in viewing the things. Now this is a wallpaper which comes preloaded, and then there are like other live wallpapers and static wallpapers that you can choose as well. So let's start. Let's go over to our settings. So this is what the settings looks like. So first you have your general settings, which has the network, Bluetooth, your input source if you're using a USB or pen drive for input, so you can now switch into that. Or then you can also select the Bluetooth option just in case you want to pair an external speaker. So I have paired it over here, so it's showing over here. And similarly, you have your Google account at the end. Coming to the display settings, you have your projection mode. So you have 4 modes, which is the desktop front projection, rear projection, ceiling front projection, and rear projection. And these are the orientations of the projector that it would show you, which will help you decide to choose the correct projection mode. The next thing is the trapezoid setting, how you want the projector to adjust the upper and lower positioning. So it will just do that on its own. And then you have your manual keystroke. You can choose like how much you want to shrink or extend the size. So I'm just, let's say I'm increasing this, decreasing this, so it will just work according to that. So it will have different positions. So this is now we are looking at the top left, and then we have the bottom left, we have the bottom right, and the top right. So these are the 4 settings. Then you have your screen zoom settings. So how much you want to set the screen zoom to be at. I'm currently using 58%, but if you want like more zoom, you can even take this or change this to 100% as well. Now let's come to some of the other system related settings. So where you have your language, your time and time zone. You have an upgrade option here, which is basically helps you to upgrade the firmware of this particular projector. Then you have your reset option, and then about the projector, which would give you the information about this projector. Now coming back from this settings area, and then this is our home screen, and then there are like 2 arrow marks, if you see, one at the top and then one at the bottom, so right here. So let's check. If I press the up arrow, it gives you some more options, which is again, it's like a quick shortcut. So if you want to choose the source, you can do that without heading over to your settings. And then you want to have a sharing or settings, you want to open up, you can do that. Or you want to access a file, you can just click on this file, the folder icon, so it would actually help you to select if you have connected any kind of pen drives or any USB drives for that sake. Now if I scroll down, you have some more options like apps. So this would actually list out all the apps that has been installed. And then you have your backdrop settings, which is nothing but your wallpaper, what you want to have. So you have some videos, and then you have some pictures. You can set that. And then you have your sound effects, which basically allows you to choose what you want your background sound to be. If you want to turn that on, you want to enable that or disable. Similarly, you have your keypad tone as well. So when you're typing something like your email or password or searching something, it's just going to give you that keystroke tone for every character that you press. Now, let's press on the power button. So if I press the power, you get like 4 options. One is to reboot, one is to screen off, and then the power off. It just turns off the projector in about like 20 seconds. That is the default time. And then the timing switch off as well. So I'll just press the back button. Now we're again back to the home screen. Now, You also get your option apps like your App Store, Netflix, and you also have your desktop. And now this one is really nice because it also gives you screen mirroring. So you have Miracast if you're using an Android device, or you have the Emotion Cast, which is basically for your iPhone. These are some of the preloaded things that it comes with. And the App Store is pretty much like a Google App Store. So you can select whichever apps that you want, and then you can go ahead and download the one that you want as well. Let's go ahead and test a video, which most of you have been waiting. So let's go ahead and open YouTube. It's pretty fast. And let's play a song. And I'll go ahead and mute this audio so that it doesn't comes with a copyright claim. So this is what the video is, and we'll just fast forward so you can see a little bit of the real color production. So I think the color production is good, and it should be doing the job pretty fairly, and it's kind of good, it's kind of balanced, just makes that theater kind of experience, so which is nice. Let's test another video. Maybe we will just play this one. So it's not very sharp in terms of the colors, but then it just does the job, and pretty good, and it's kind of soothing. It doesn't put a lot of strain to your eyes. So let's just watch this video for a few seconds. So here's my verdict. For the price that you get this projector for, I think it's a great, option, because many people would like to stream contents directly using your Wi-Fi or hotspot. So this definitely supports your Wi-Fi, so you can download your apps through the Google Play Store and you can start using or directly streaming without relying on a host like device like your laptop, or a casting device like your smartphone or an iPad. So which is great. And this is from Portronics. Again, you get like a 1 year of warranty, and which is, again, you're covered in case if something goes wrong. Now, the drawbacks of this projector, what I found so far, you don't have any option to adjust your brightness, your contrast, your saturation, hue, or anything. The color tone, you can't set anything. So it's kind of like preset. The second thing is, if the room is a little bit brighter, it is just going to hamper your viewing experience a little bit. So you have to make sure that your rooms are like they are dark so that you can enjoy your videos very well. Third thing is that this is a projector, but it's a budget projector. So you cannot expect a lot in terms of the quality of the video that it produces, like your theater or very high-end and expensive projectors that you get. So definitely you will have to understand that, and it doesn't support normally your 4Ks with the default resolution that it is. Number 4 is the fan. This is a projector, so it needs to be cooled down continuously. So there is a heat sink, which is a fan which is continuously rotating. So there is a little bit of that humming noise that you can expect out of this projector. Let me show you a sample so you can hear that. Those are the things that I liked and disliked about the projector, but again, for the price, you get a very nice, very sturdy projector. No matter if your wall is like too big, this should be getting you covered, because it almost covers till like 100+ inches of screen. So absolutely no problem over there. I mean, the specification says that this basically covers up to 105 inches based on your projection distance. you may want to set your projection size. So that's pretty much about it. One more thing which I didn't like about this projector, which is the fifth drawback, is that this doesn't comes with a voice command control. So if you're searching something on YouTube, at least they could have given a voice command control on the remote, so you can just speak to it, and then it would be able to show you those results. So that's all for this video. If you liked it, please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel. If you have questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. I will see you on the next one.